So I'm going to turn it over to Katie Lynn. She's going to tell you guys about a couple of places that are shutting down, and this should be interesting. Take it away.
Okay, so good segue with my dad. So this was my dad's favorite place. I'm talking, okay, we got that Grand Slam going on up in here. He wanted sausage. Man, Denny's is going out of business, y'all. It's going out of business.
Well,
It's
that's the
awful.
rumor. They're not openly saying that they're going out of business.
But they're shutting down a bunch.
And that's
Yeah.
typically an indicator for
Yeah.
sure of that. Let me read a little bit about this.
It
Um,
says 57 have closed in the past year.
yes, 57 store closures. That was as
And
of February 13th. So,
and then they'll be forced to shut down more.
right. So
They're going out,
basically, the
man.
way this has worked is the chief financial officer, whose name is Robert Verostek, says that they need to generate $1 million to stay open. And I'll tell you what, the first time I was reading this article, I could only picture this guy with his finger up to his mouth, like Dr. Evil, you know. We need $1 million to continue to bring you our Grand Slam. I don't know. I'm a weird human being, Katie. It's all good. But supposedly he is blaming inflationary pressures as to why these restaurants need to be shuttered. And he's looking to get back to a more normalized rate of restaurant closures in 2024, which leads me to believe that perhaps they're not closing down totally, because
Yeah.
the article also says 30 new restaurants will be opening as well. So who knows?
I don't know. That's pretty bad. And even though, yes, and I want to hope because I love me some Denny's and I want to go back, man. You know you're built. Ooh, I'm stuttering. Just
Well, I think these places, I think they need to find a way to be attractive to non inebriated folk.
or elderly,
Right. Because for
or
me, it
elderly.
was always, Waffle House and Denny's. It's like the only thing that's open after you've been at the bar room.
I cannot tell you how many times I've fallen asleep in a Denny's booth.
I don't want to
In
talk
a
about it.
Denny's booth.
Yep, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I was like 10,
Well,
like
see,
nine,
it's
10
funny
at 3 a.m.
growing up in Massachusetts, we didn't really have Denny's. Yeah, so like the first time I ever saw Denny's, it was like the Great White Hope, like holy crap, there's a Denny's. I've heard of these places. You know what I mean? This is before the internet, so like we didn't have
You got to see it to
Denny's.
believe it, man.
We didn't have Denny's or Walmart or Wendy's or like we had nothing. Nothing.
Okay, Walmart. Okay, Walmart's much. It's very handy. Very, very handy, but it's much. So I could live without. But man, Wendy's.
So Wendy's
The
right now,
Wendy's.
we moved to a different part of Texas. I almost gave away our location. I can't do that because then they'll send the red phone people after me. I don't know what that means, but anyway, uh, what was I saying? Oh, so we moved, and we used to live in a near a town or city called Longview, and Longview is just a normal Texas city with normal places, with all the restaurants that you know of, essentially. Same as Tyler and Shreveport and Waxahachie and Arlington. Like, they all have all the same restaurants. But then once you get out to rural Texas, now you're talking Dairy Queen and Sonic, and that's it. And
Mm-hmm.
if in Dollar General, of course, they just pop up in the middle of nowhere.
Yep.
So, like for me now, they just opened a Wendy's in a town called Van. I know you know Van.
Yeah.
They just opened a Wendy's in Van, so that's our closest option for
Dang.
Wendy's. Yeah.
See, and I used to be like that, living at Cedar Creek Lake. But man, I
Hmm.
moved
That's a
up
good
towards
example.
Dallas, and
Yep.
that's a great example.
Yep. Yep.
And man, where I live now, I can't imagine. Like, there's
No,
so many things
you're out in
people
the
are
big
missing
city
out on
now,
there, and
aren't you?
well, like you have no idea how many things y'all are missing out on. Go live some life, travel a little bit, cause Man, if you ain't had Wendy's, what?
Chick-fil-A's another one. Like, for me, like, if I
Popeyes.
want a burger, yeah,
Where's the Popeyes at?
exactly. See, she speaks my language. She knows what's up. So what's the other
We're back on
restaurant that's
food.
closing down, Katie?
When me and you start talking food, we get really,
It's over.
really into it.
Yeah, it's over. So what's the other place shutting down?
This makes me sad as well. This is some high end right here. Red Lobster, my man. Then they are actually closing permanently. Great.
I love
Are you laughing at me?
I'm laughing at you. You said
I'm depressed.
this is more high class, and then she said
then
Red Lobster, my man. Okay, look, time out. Look, all right, Katie, look. If you have to put endless something on your menu, you're not high class.
It's high class for me.
Oh my gosh. Okay, look. They serve shrimp. That means they're a different class of restaurant, by God. All right, so
no class now.
that's great. Okay, look, let's get this together. Let's talk a little bit about. So, Red Lobster is actually closing down permanently.
Almost 100.
Yeah,
already.
there's we'll be closing nearly 100 locations. Yes. That's right. Oh my God. Oh gosh. So
what we gonna do?
It was Endless Shrimp's fault. Like, who didn't see this coming? Seriously.
Yeah.
So the restaurant wasn't doing well, so they started their Endless Shrimp campaign. And then me and Katie were there, yo. Like, we had bells on. That's how there we were, right? Like, you start talking about endless stuff. We could eat, y'all.
Bang for your buck.
That's right. When you add obesity and poverty together and you start talking about all you can eat stuff, yeah. You going out of business. You right. Who thought this was smart, bro? Like, what?
I ate like endless chicken nuggets, man. Like,
no. Who was in that meeting though, right? Like, okay, so we're not doing too well here.
Too many people for this to happen.
Right. So we're having a bad quarter. People aren't eating in our restaurant anymore. What should we do? Let's give them endless shrimp. That'll bring them back.
Take all of our dignity.
Well, that's what was happening. People were like, endless shrimp? Yo, grab the keys.
They're coming.
And then they weren't buying nothing else. They were just eating the shrimp. And so that's the idea, like from a promotional aspect, a marketing aspect, the idea is to give away something maybe a little less valuable to get people into your place so that way they will buy other things that are more valuable. But when you're giving away shrimp, yo, you're giving away the value already.
For real, man. You're supposed to do like endless breadsticks. Okay?
Exactly. There you
That's
go.
what you're supposed to do.
Come in and buy our shrimp and we'll let you eat as much lettuce as possible. Endless salad. And then, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still there because now I think I'm losing weight. But no. But, yeah, there
were so many more ideas.
Exactly. Like, the failure is strong with this one.
Fair.
Okay, so over 100 restaurants are closing. They're closing in lots of places: Alabama, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan, Mississippi, New York, New Jersey, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas, Virginia, Washington, and Wisconsin. Apparently, not only are they closing, but they have filed Chapter 11. That's a whole lot of shrimp they gave away, right? Like,
oh my God.
Now, there will be some stores that remain open and operational. I don't know if they're still going to be giving away shrimp. Probably not. And it doesn't really...
on to every last piece.
And
2
apparently,
pieces of shrimp per person.
now I can tell you the one in Longview when it closed, or what I guess it's in the process of, or has already closed. They didn't even tell the employees, Katie, that they were closing. At this one in Longview. So apparently these people just went to work one day and the doors were locked.
Are you kidding?
That's what I've heard. And now,
I wouldn't.
everybody knows that if you hear something on the internet, it's 114% true. So,
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it though.
I wouldn't either, because that's the way of these corporations. They don't really give a crap about anybody at all.
No.
They really don't.